Dear children, I am continuing with the problem. Video 21 this will be. Now in one we had got AE by ED is equal to AO by OC in our figure. AO by OC. Now what you should do? You have to take the other triangle ABD. So if you take the other triangle, there also you will get the same type of ratio. Then you have to you will get one ratio equal to two ratios, and you can say that they will be equal to each other, because if one thing is equal to two other things, same quantity equal to other two different things, then those two things will be equal to each other. That postulate, that axiom we are coming across many times in this lesson. Okay, so you have to what is that, learn it. You have to learn it. Now in triangle ABD you are taking, I told you, no, in triangle ABD what you will take, what happens there? In triangle ABD, EO is parallel to AB there. EO is parallel to AB, EO or AO, EO or OE, anything. Then you will get there ED by AE. So I think congested it is, but doesn't matter what to do. ED by AE is equal to DO by BO. DO by BO. You will take this one. Now you have to take the reciprocals here. Taking reciprocals here. What happens is ED by AE it is, no. So taking reciprocals it will become AE by ED. AE by ED, and equal to this side it will be BO by DO. Okay, so this is the second equation. Now by 1 and 2, see, AE by ED is common in 1 and 3, sorry, this is 2, no, so this will be 3. Okay, in 1 and 3, so in 1 and 3, we should write like that. In 1 and 3 we get this one same, no. So what happens? We get there AO by CO is equal to BO by DO. From equations 1 and 3 we get this, and this itself was asked for us to prove. AO by CO is equal to BO by DO. They had asked that, and of course there is a small print mistake in the solution book. There is a small print mistake. AO by CO should be equal to BO by DO. By mistake they have written CO. Okay, children. So you have to correct yourself little common sense you have to use, you know. So then you will only come to know that there is a mistake there. You will come to know. Okay, children. Now I am going to stop this exercise 2.2, and once I have taught you little how to this one, you can now do the other sums and all by looking at solution book and learn it and do it in the textbook. Okay, fair book, sorry. Now we are going to come to the criteria of similarity of triangles. See, I have to finish the portions by Monday, because Monday I have written the portion there, 2 chapters, 2 plus 1 pair of linear equations. I have to complete it. This one, similarity of triangles, I am trying to complete. Today is just Tuesday. By Sunday or this one, by Saturday, Sunday, or I must finish it. I must finish by the videos. Okay, children. So now criteria for similarity of triangles means, you see, in congruency of triangles you had criterias there also. In order to prove two triangles congruent, no, you had 4 criterias. What were they? One was SAS. In congruency also you had this SAS, but they were to be equal there. SAS in 2 triangles. Try to remember what you have learnt last year. SSS. Okay. Then ASA. Then lastly RHS. You have learnt these criteria to see whether 2 triangles are congruent. these four. Now similar figures, no, there also they will have these three. We don't want RHS, SAS, SSS, ASA. But only difference is in congruency of triangles we used to take equal. See, one I will just make you remember. In two triangles, if two sides of the one triangle is equal to two sides of the other triangle and the included angle between those two equal sides is equal to the corresponding including angle of the other triangle, then the two triangles would be congruent. Similarly, SSS, what is that SSS for congruency? If three sides of one triangle is equal to the three sides of another triangle, then those two triangles will be congruent. You had learnt like that. But now we have to switch on to similarity of triangles. There these criteria will come again. Okay. But you see here what happens is, in two triangles, if three angles are, you have learnt now already the conditions of similarity of triangles. So some connection is there with this one, what we have learnt, those two rules. See, if two triangles are equiangular, then then they will be similar, and moreover, if three angles are equal, then the sides opposite to them, they will be in the same proportion. So actually this is called as AAA criteria. AAA criteria for similarity of triangles. Actually this was the condition, for similarity, but now we are going to take it as criteria for the similarity of triangles. So two triangles will be similar if they will be equiangular, and of course if they are equiangular, no, then the next condition will surely be there. What is the next second condition? The sides opposite to the equal angles will be in the same ratio. Now actually this is one theorem only. Now we are going to take this as this criteria as one theorem. So the theorem is what, it itself is called as AA criteria or AAA criteria. Why only AAA criteria? Because you see, in two triangles, okay, one big and one small I will draw anyway, because for similarity I can draw different sized triangles. If I draw the same, then it will be congruent. Now these two triangles you see here, one is small and other one is quite big, and what I am going to say is these two triangles are equiangular. So angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to, see I am marking how I am marking there, the equal angles how I am marking. That also is very important. I was telling you since the beginning. Now angle A is equal to angle D, I have marked only with one line. Then B is equal to E with two lines I am marking. Then angle C is equal to angle F with three markings. So just to show that they are corresponding angles. Okay. So they are corresponding angles means the angle A is angle D. Because why I am repeating so much? Because in this chapter there is no doubt you should have. You will get lots of doubts also in this chapter. So if it has to be this one, I have to make it clear. So angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to angle E, angle C is equal to angle F. Okay, in these two triangles they are equiangular. No, now the sides opposite to them, that means BC, opposite to D is EF. Now BC and EF, they are the corresponding sides. I have told you beginning only. AB and DE, they will be corresponding. Why? Because they are opposite to the equal angles C and F. They are sides opposite to the equal angles C and F. Similarly, AC and BF, AC and DF, they are the corresponding sides because they are opposite to the equal angles B and E. Now what about this one? See, in your future, in the future, you will also you can take like this. If two angles of the one triangle is equal to two angles of the other triangle, because the third angle naturally it will be equal only by the angle sum property. So you know that if this A is 70 in another triangle now DEF, I am just explaining all this. Now if this will be 70. Now this angle is given to you as 60 say. Then this will be also 60. Now the third angle they have not given us. They have just given angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to angle E. But we have to understand that angle C will be equal to angle F. Why? Because 70 plus 60 is 130, minus it from 180, you get 50 there. Even in this case also it will be same. So 60 plus 70, 130, and this will be, they need not tell us that third angle must be equal or something like that. Third angle will be equal. It will be equal. Why? By the angle sum property. So the same AAA criteria can also be called as AA criteria only in this chapter. It is very clearly shown in the textbook also here, and that can be called as AA criteria. Why? Because you should know now, all three angles must be equal. They should give, it's not like that. Two angles, even if they give two angles are equal, third angle is equal. We will know that. We should know it. Okay children. So those all things are there in the textbook. If you just see, you'll come to know. And so this is our actually next theorem. This criteria will become the next theorem now, and that theorem I am going to prove in the next this one by telling you what is data, what is to prove that, what is construction and all. And in your textbook they have just went on writing, explaining without mentioning data to prove that and all. But I think if we mention data to prove that proof and all, no, it will be very easy. And so now what is the time? 12 minutes 3. So I will stop it now. I will stop.